Hey, my name is Snugus, and I'm the best D.Va player on my block, though I do live on a farm. And I've been playing a bunch of games recently, trying to climb up to champion on all roles, actually. We'll focus on tank for now. I had a pretty decent game in, I think, Masters or something, and might have been low Masters. It was on D.Va, of course, believe it or not, and I wanted to use it as an opportunity to teach my thought processes and or processes, whichever one it would be, uh, how to play the game, how to play tank, how to play D.Va. What do we do, right? I wanted to explain these things in a way hopefully you can understand and maybe start applying it to your games. I have a thing for teaching. It's a bit of a hobby. Other than that, I have a deep love for this game and all things Overwatch, so Uh, I hope I can share that to you today. Without further ado, yeah, we're in game, believe it or not. Okay, we are on D.Va. Um, this is on Hollywood defense. Okay. Um, so the first thing before we actually get into playing the game, is we need to look at our own comp, and I promise you, it'll save you headaches. We'll do this quickly, and we'll disregard the enemy comp for now. Um, you need to uh, at least have your teammates comp at the back of your mind for a lot of reasons. It'll just save you some trouble. We are on D.Va. What's D.Va good at? She's good at contesting and holding space quickly, mind you. So what that means, you quickly take space, you can quickly give space. You're very quick because of your boosters. You're good at diving. You're also good at peeling. You're highly mobile. You can always find a little moment to get value, or you can always find something to do. But generally, we're thinking about dive here. Now, conveniently, we have three heroes who play very well in Savat. Uh, the odd one out here, of course, is our Ana. Ana's not highly mobile, and because of our comp, she's in quite a vulnerable state, assuming that our jetpack cat is not going to be doing a very helpful job for the Ana. So we need to keep the Ana in the back of our minds here. Uh, we need to keep her alive, so that's number one. We always have to be, in one booster range to get to her Ana to keep her safe. Generally, it changes. Keep her Ana safe, and we also want to stay in her line of sight, because I'm telling you, Tracer is rarely going to be in her LOS. Not to mention Venture might not be in her LOS all the time, so she needs something to do. So it's got to be me. Now, obviously, we're going to be trying to play off of our Venture and our Tracer, which is very important, not to mention trying to stack with our Jetpack Cat more of the time. I don't want to play on my Tracer or on my Venture. I want to allow them to take angles, and it's often best to not take their angles, because if I am on their angle, it's not an angle anymore. It is the front line. It is the main angle now. They need to take off angles. They're both flex DPS. So that's kind of it. Uh, I wonder if that was quick. Maybe not. We're on defense, so all we're worrying about right now is how we're going to set up. As a general rule, there are a few different spots you can take on defense depending on what you're playing. Um, Obviously, the high ground up here is just a good power position. It's always good to play up here, especially if you have those long range DPS. The second, and probably the more uh, better place, I would say, is right here on this corner. This usually is the best place to start. You can also start here sometimes if you're playing Tracer, if you're playing Genji, if you're playing a DPS, for example. If you're playing Doomfist, this spot here, like Doomfist Hazard Ball, uh, this area is really good for you. That's kind of it for that. Um, Either take this spot or take the high ground up here. Um, Sometimes you can play here and hide if you need to. Uh, but yeah, that's really it. Depending on your tank, you might want to play like here loosely to fall back to this spot. But we're on D.Va. We'll focus on D.Va as much as we can. I don't mind that. So, first and foremost, you may notice something that is a little odd. My Venture here is hiding, which is not bad. I like that. And my Tracer is hiding as well. That's two of my teammates hiding. Technically three if you want to count that one. We don't really have a lot going on past choke, like behind the choke, where we should be positioned. I would prefer my Tracer here. They're very aggressive right now. So what a lot of tanks would do here is they would say, "Oh, my teammates are so far in," and they'll do one of two things, which are both mistakes. You'll play further out, or you'll just sit back here and do nothing, and then allow them to get no value. You don't follow up, so you're doing nothing, and while their positions aren't that good, they're gonna get punished for it because you're not in there with them. However, if you are in there with them, the problem that comes out is they don't get the surprise attack that they're looking for. So I'll show you what I do here. That's it. We show, and then we leave. Now, don't mind me chasing the Moira ball like a dog, but the point of this is exactly what you think. We make them look at us. They see me up here, then I drop back immediately. Um, that's genuinely just psychological warfare. They see the tank back up. They are going to assume that my DPS are probably playing back here. They're assuming that. They have no idea what's happening, and I've got all eyes looking at me now. It's great. Then I show on this corner. Now, why am I playing this corner specifically? First, we're in Ana's LOS, and of course, they're playing Domina. I don't want to play high ground. A lot of people want to play high ground, but it's just a really, really bad trade here for me because I don't have the range Domina has. She can just shoot through DM, not to mention the Pharah spam, which just is no fun. And on top of that, they have a Sierra, which Sierra would really like to play up here and maybe shoot at my Ana. She might want to come over this roof here. So to prevent that, instead of staging here, we stage in between so that if she comes up over here, I can contest, or if she goes in high ground, I can contest from safety. So just some minor positional things. Positioning is everything. You have to understand, yes, there are positions that are generally always good, but there are usually several positions that are always good, and there's always a best position. And how do we determine where to position? It's situational. It's all about because theory. There should be a reason within the game that you are playing that causes you to do it. Not just, oh, this is what's generally good here. You need to respond to the variables that are presented to you. So let's go on. I know we barely watched anything. We're not even through a minute, but this is important stuff. It is. And again, here's a little decision. I see Domina. She pushes up. She's overextended. Remember how I said we had nothing going on here? What's she gonna do here? She cannot reach Ana. She can't reach anyone. She has no idea what's going on because she has no idea to look behind her. So what we are doing is we're winding up a punch. Now, first and foremost, what we did here was we punched Sierra off the angle. So she's on the angle here. We just shoot her. Or DM. Same thing. Punch her off the angle. Now we're winding up a punch. We see Moira turned around. What I'm doing is I'm waiting for Fade. I know that the Sierra and the Domina walked up through choke, and my DPS are now engaging. This is the time to start looking for an opportunity. I see Fade come out. I shoot the Moira, but then I see a more vulnerable Ana who does not have Sleep Dart. Now we have an issue. The Domina has not shot me because I'm actually not in a position I love. Mind you, sure, my Ana can reach me from there, which I am playing for that. My objective here was to get my DPS in a position where they can capitalize. Obviously, Farah dies with little contest. Moira has no cooldowns. Ana has no cooldowns. Then we're going to see Ana die almost immediately after. Hopefully. Yes. Okay. You never know with these players. Because of this, it's only the Domina against me in the Sierra. I have a double pocket. We can survive. We can get out. And that's the important part. Getting out. Notice we're playing this corner again. Playing safe. Once I'm back, I'm not full health. But again, I have my jetpack on me. Because I have my armor, I can push again. Who's not looking at me? Domina. We just shoot her a little. I want you to keep in mind where I'm playing. I'm not walking up here. I'm playing this corner. That's all we're doing. I have established the front line here at this corner. We're playing slow, patient. That's what we're doing. She's full health. And we don't want to push again. We lost our venture. I'm up here to, again, contest them off the angle, help get my tracer out. Now, again, I want the venture, or sorry, the Domino to look at me, not my tracer. And then again, we get out. Play the corner until we're full health. Then we're just knocking them out. See? Exactly. Right there. Right there. That's what I mean. By hiding, which what we're doing right now is hiding, they want to look this way, right? Their intention is the point. They want to go this way. We have Ana here. We have Jetpack Cat here. We have a Tracer who's playing here. Now, obviously, the point. I'm set up here. It's a crossfire. If they want to walk here, they have to address me first. But because I'm hiding, I'm not necessarily showing myself. The Sierra has no idea I'm here. What she does is she tries to get to high ground by me hiding and not being on high ground, for example. That encourages her to make that push, which makes it a lot easier to punish. It's like a bait. Think of it like that. So, again, we lose our Ana, unfortunately. I drop back to try and pressure the backline. And again, it's a punch. It's just a jab. It's a jab. We're not going all in. The idea between a lot of my engages, they're soft engages. We just do a little bit here. My team is down. If I die, it's fine. We do a jab and we back up. That's it. Now we're just playing to live, and we're looking for things that come out. So I see Far up here. I want to contest her because one, she's one, and two, she's in a position I don't want her to be in. Of course, I'm low health. And please notice this. Every opportunity I have to do damage, I take. I don't just beeline to safety, because I want to stir up chaos. I want to make people react. I want to force cooldowns out. I want to make people feel pressured. This makes it more likely that they will make a mistake. If I'm just going to where I want to go, they don't even have to move. They can stand still and shoot me, right? So we want to prevent that. That's why we do a little, and we get out. And now we're waiting. I'm taking a bit of space. I see that I have bomb. My tracer is in an aggressive angle, so I'm hoping that we can contest here. But as soon as my tracer dies, it's like, okay, we can't win this. We're at a disadvantage here. Even with two supports, you have to understand that, yes, I do have my ult. It is significantly better to just give point and play the much better position, which is here. This is really hard for them to push through, especially with our comp. Very hard for them. And it's better to have ult now than taking the risk. It's not always great to take risks. Obviously, high risk, high reward. But in that situation, it just wasn't the case. Our chaser died. Our venture was nowhere near in position to capitalize. So again, we see her come up, we just want to prevent her. I go in for a kill. Why do we go in for that kill? Well, again, we're looking at triggers here. Okay, so I see the Ana go left. About here. Ana's not here, only Moira here. Ana has to be in this room. This far is not getting healed. As soon as I see her push up, that's my trigger. She's in a really poor position. She uses her cooldown. Now I know there's nothing she can do. She's just dead. She should have fallen and gotten healed. She made the mistake of staying in the air. But now I can get out to safety. I have full health and a corner. Corners are so important. Now, I don't know why this guy is ulting a tracer. Don't worry about it. We'll focus on our gameplay. And she missed. Little things. Little things. We play patient and passively. That's everything. We are up a pick, and I'm hiding with full health. Why? I'm waiting for my cooldowns. That's all we're doing. And look at that. It's a subtle thing. I forget to talk about it. I turn around. Yes, I did hear an ult, but I turn around. That is so vital to do on tank. So many people do not turn around. The foundation of how to play tank is simply turning the fuck around, friends. That's all you have to do. Just turn around. Look at where your team is. Anytime you push, anytime you make a play, you have to consider your own team. It's a team game. So many of you guys are charging in and dying, or punching in, or flying in, and no one's with you. And then you die and you say no heals, and you wonder why you can't climb on the strongest role in the entire game. Well, it's because you don't turn around. But right here, throughout everything, we try our best to play passive. We try and play passive. And then when an opportunity arrives, like when a Sierra has no healing, you just go for it. All in. Who cares? Now we know that the Moira has no fade. We can push her. Now what I just did there is I did a feint. This is a feint push. The point of it, and I love doing this. This comes from my experience on Doomfist, where you'll engage on one person and then you'll swap targets immediately. And it really shakes them up. They don't expect it. That's how you get a kill. I'm forcing the Moira back so she can't help the Ana. Once I do that, I turn on who I actually want to go on, which is the Ana. I hold DM for nade, and then I take Sleep Dart, but Moira's dead because she was split and couldn't get healed by the Ana, and then the Ana's dead as well. Now, I trade my ult for my life. We want mech. It's really bad to not have mech, obviously. Our ult isn't too important. So yeah, Domina dies because her team's dead. Normally, if you are playing this far up, I would say, yeah, no, you are pushing too far up. But again, two of them are in spawn. My tracer is all the way over here. So this gives me, like, this is all our space. Who is in our space right now? Sierra. So what am I doing? Am I looking at Sierra? No, I'm looking at who can heal the Sierra, the Moira, the Ana. No, they can't heal her. It's another feint. We push them out, then we go on the Sierra. That's the plan. All right, no fade. She didn't fade that way. That's our trigger. We just go for the Sierra. I DM to save the Tracer, but she recalled, so we just go. Now, this is a tricky situation. Now, their numbers are low, but our team is in like a pretty strange setup here, where we have 3 over here. In Ana, I didn't even know it was up here. It's mildly difficult to get through. However, the jetpack cat and the tracer are going to have no trouble. So it's really just about me not getting destroyed by this Domina. She uses a cooldown. We play the corner. And then we actually are able to kill her. Why? Because the Moira is deciding to push up instead of playing with her team. So that genuinely is just bad players and good jetpack cat, I guess. Now it's just clean up, nothing to say about this. We hear a player over here. We look to jab, and again, light prediction, but she dies anyway. Now here I'm just playing up here just because why not? It's fun. We love doing it. We're on high ground, we're safe. We waste a little bit of time keeping them in spawn like that. That's it. Every moment counts, right? But again, look how far out I'm playing. It is simply because of where my DPS are set up. Normally, I want to play up here. Normally, maybe this corner, maybe back here. Specifically like up here, depending on their comp. But no, we're playing here. And we're free to because of how loose our comp is. So again, you might be saying, I would be saying, yeah, we're kind of too far up, but our team is kind of doing whatever they want. And as a general rule, and this is very important to keep in mind, it is better to do something stupid as a team than it is to do something smart by yourself. So we do something a little stupid here. I take out a bunch of cooldowns. So my job's done. Space created. Cooldowns out. We leave. We're low health. And I don't want to demand heals from my healers. So that's why I'm playing this passive. I'm allowing my supports, one support, to help out my DPS. They're playing safe. Of course, they do die. And again, my objective here is to just play passive, play safe, not take damage unnecessarily. All right. So we have to give card space. We're just waiting for our team to come back, not making any crazy plays until we see this. So it's a free kill, and now we see a Juno split out from her team. Oh, yes, sir. We kill the Juno who is split from her team. So simple. Then we just go with our team. And I'm looking at the Moira, but the Moira, she has the health pack, can't really go for her. I ult because fuck it. We do it. We ult. And that's what he said, but it doesn't work. Are you forgetting who you're playing against? But no. When you're playing against Reaper, you gotta anticipate that. So when he's in, you want to play around him. Well, bad Reapers. Okay, a little jab there to get her to look at me, and not kite as fast, possibly kill my chaser. Now, I don't know what he was doing, but it's okay. We take what's given. We just shoot. Not much to do here, but wait. It's kind of a lost fight already because we're down to support, so I'm not really caring to commit here. We're just playing safe. That's it. I'm gonna hold high ground because I don't want them taking high ground, and I'm not getting contested for it. What did we say before? We do it again. We just kill him. That's it. That's the advantage of sitting on this high ground here. This high ground is so strong, guys. It's so strong. Now, here's the general theory, because I know it's like, oh, you gotta kill just because, you know, he sucks. But no, this is like Masters. So we're sitting on this high ground here. We are not contested at all. Two people pushing cart. Well, I can't do anything about that, and there's no point in giving space because I have it. I'm sitting in between the team. No one's looking for me. So they're gonna do what Masters players do best and go main and nothing else, and not look behind them. I have a chaser, I think, sitting behind. This creates a pinch again, and we're setting a trap. We're hiding. Obviously, if someone comes up here and pushes me and they're well supported, that is when I would kite and get out. But by them pushing me and being supported, that's getting out cooldowns. Now, we can't really capitalize off of it, but it's better than not, you know? Make it hard for them to walk forward. It shouldn't be easy. If it's easy, then you're not doing your job. But because they pay no mind to me, I'm able to capitalize on the Juno, who is kind of oblivious. Granted, better players wouldn't have allowed me to sit up there, which is why I'd be able to leave. But because, again, they don't look for me, I'm able to just kill the Juno. And that's it. target number 2 is a Moira with no fade. So we're genuinely just gonna go for it. Okay. It's a micro thing we do here. I was DMing her thinking she was ulting me, but she didn't. I'm not really sure where she put it. We go here with the intention of getting the Moira. Moira has the intention of getting me. I have all of the aggro from this Moira right now. It's so simple. We kill the Sierra, who likely has no cooldowns. And, like, this is my plan. This is my plan. High threat situation. Moira ulting on me. This is not good. I have no healers, right? I mean, I have this one, but she's kind of out of the fight. My plan is to put pressure on this one, which would demand healing from the Moira and or just get this guy out of the fight. And also either cutting back here or cutting back here or maybe cutting up here. So instead of just, oh, get out, we want to cause mayhem, but then get out, right? We're always looking for opportunities to create problems for the enemy team. So right here, we get a kill for free, and we get out at 9 HP. Now, unfortunately, I do get demech'd here, which is terrible. However, my team is able to capitalize off of it, which is good. Space created, cooldowns drawn out, 1 player killed. We did a good job. Now, objective number 1, if you are on D.Va and you have your ult but you're demech'd, is to get your mech back. And so what we do is we play on these long sight lines, but we play behind our team. And we get our ult. And I know it's like that's obvious, but it is often you will get demech'd because it just happens, especially in lower elos if your team isn't healing you right. Which it happens. You gotta assume that your supports aren't gonna heal you. There are gonna be these situations where you can't go to spawn, but you need your mech back. So finding these long sight lines to poke as quick as possible is very important. But remember to stay generally behind your team, not in front of them. You aren't a tank anymore. You are the squishiest squishy in the entire game. But again, here I have what I have in mind is I have Reaper's ult in mind right now. They should have Blossom. I miscalculated. So I'm playing up here in order, like, if he's gonna Blossom on point, I can come from above. Now he teleports up here, which allows me to get him out and force Wraith, which is great for me. But instead of, like, playing down here where they actually are, all I'm doing is playing objective by not playing the objective. I understand that with the time on the clock, they have to power through here, and they need to push this. That's why I'm not here. I'm on this high ground now. Right? If Cart was here, we'd be on this high ground. But their objective's here. We're going to stand in between them and their objective and create problems. But we're going to play patiently. We're not going to force anything to happen. The Reaper forced something to happen by teleporting in, and we push him out. It's simple. And then we have another situation. Stitch on point, situation on point, so we go for it. Why not? But it gives us a good angle. Now, our team plays that fight way better. Not much to expect, other than a easy win. But it genuinely is positional. Forcing out the Reaper there was what won the fight. If Reaper was able to take that high ground, get ult using dire triggers, and then fell on us, especially when I'm remeching, for example, that would have been a fight loss. So it's the little things. You often win fights before they even happen. Sometimes you lose them before they even happen if you don't have ults, right? So it can be a 50-50 both ways, but that's generally how it goes. Now, how do you play attack on D.Va? Now, I hear a lot of people, and I want to address this because it bothers me so much. People point out, you're playing Ball or Doomfist or Hazard or D.Va or Winston on defense. And they think that that means well, these are dive characters. They're aggressive. They must be for attack only and not good on defense. When I tell you, and I'm saying this politely, that these people are clueless, I'm saying that so politely, holding back so much rage, so much seething rage. No, that's not how it works. Every hero in the game is at an advantage on defense. That's how resources work. That's how setting up works. If you understand anything about dive characters, it's that before you can engage, you have to stage. And staging is setting up, and setting up is free when you have all the space, defense. But we don't have all the space. We have to fight for the space, so we have to use our cooldowns to get the space. And we are on D.Va to do so, which is a very powerful tank, of course. My favorite tank in the game. I do love Doom. I was a Doom one trick for most of everything, but now I play D.Va and Doom and a bunch of other. I play as much as I can. I love all the characters who are dive oriented and high skill. 5v5 D.Va, you could say, is a little lower skill than 6v6 D.Va. No, I take that back. Not even close. 6v6 D.Va is like the highest skill ceiling tank in the game, I think. Whereas 5v5 D.Va is just so much easier. So much easier. Anyway. What we're doing here is scouting, and now we are looking behind. Why did I go up here? It's so simple to clear this angle. That's it. We just clear the angle. Now I look behind, see what my team's up to. And now we're scouting. We're looking at where they are. I don't scout properly, so I just assume, oh, okay. So we just, yeah, we jabber. That's what we do here, and we go for high ground. That's my plan. Oh, but we get hacked. And then we get melted. Yeah, no bueno. That was not good. So what do? We do the walk of shame to spawn, which, you know, in the moment, you're like, oh, I'm being so smart right now. I have mech. And it's like, well, I mean, who got demeched? How'd that happen? Anyway, that's not the point. We have mech now. Oh, but we know they have Sombra. That's why I play in this room. Then we do a quick jab. And it's like, why would you quick jab again here? Well, okay, Sombra's playing here. She's probably going to play here again. Lo and behold, she was. So we go into this room, do a quick jab, take high ground. Simple as that. We be quick. Alright, so now we know the Ana's top. We know that DPS are playing low. We know they have a Moira here. What is our job? Is our job to go crazy mode on this Ana? Absolutely not. She sleeps you and she survives. Do we hunt the Sombra? No. Do we go for the Moira maybe? Well, no. That is so feed to do that. Why? Because I'm in the middle of their entire team. Not a good plan, especially when my team is struggling to get past choke. Light bulb. My team is struggling to get past choke. They're struggling to get past choke. Why? Oh, is it this lady? Perhaps dominating the choke. Yes, so we shoot the Domina. That's it. That's it. We're just shooting. Shooting the Domina makes the Sombra go, oh, D.Va. And then she wastes all her cooldowns on me and gets poked out like a lunatic. And then we keep shooting the Domina. And then we keep doing it. And we just keep doing it. And eventually, at some point, she has to look at me and back up. Space created. All right. Now we're scouting again, looking at where things are. I see my Tracer far in. I see the Ana there. I see the Moira there. Okay, we go on the Ana. And I don't have any respect for this player. I know this player has respect for me. Not on a personal level. I respect everyone I play against, but I understand that this person is gonna be scared shitless when I dive on them, so they're gonna sleep dart immediately. That's why we go in. Now, I am purple, but don't mind that. Who is going to help her? Nobody. No. And my team's in, so we can go for an aggressive play. What we are doing here is a concept called synchronized pressure. I was synchronizing pressure with my Tracer. If I'm going on the Ana, the Torb, rightfully so, is looking at me now. not the Tracer, allowing my Tracer to take some space, take an angle, synchronizing the pressure, going for the squishy. Now, look at us. We don't chase after her. We stay up here where we're safe and we just shoot her and sorry, oops, I fucked it up, but we kill her. That's it. And now we stay here. Look at this. We're just waiting. We're not doing anything. We're just being patient, allowing the Juno to heal me. Why can she heal me? Because we made space for her. It's so simple. So simple. She goes on me, so I say, fuck that. Then we drop. Then we get demeched. Look what happens when I was doing something good just staying up here. But I get pressured and I leave. Of course, so does she. Maybe you could say that by dropping, she can't heal me now. Now she's able to duel the Moira. Or maybe I had to drop because she was dueling the Moira. It doesn't matter. Point is, we got demeched again. So when you get demeched on D.Va and you're fighting someone, go all out. Like, don't even regard your life. Just try and kill them. It usually works. Now we have to get out, like, hardcore. Look at this. Immediately creating a long sightline here where I'm behind my team. Now, my team wins the fight. We did our job. However, we don't have our mech, so we gotta get that back. Look, long sightlines. I'm being very careful. I know there's a Sombra. Sombra went up. Okay, but I can shoot the Sombra now. And technically, I'm helping my Tracer in a fight. Now, I know this is crazy. I know this is so crazy. But notice how I'm not on point doing nothing? I acknowledge my teammate is really far in. Should you be this far in? Probably not. Definitely not. But again, we do stupid shit together, not apart. And because they're looking at the Tracer, oh, Tracer's out here, I can get mech back. That's it. That's the plan. We get mech back. Now we have mech. Now we push payload. Because 3 on payload is better than... And we have nothing else to do here. I'm definitely not going to dive into 5 people to save the Tracer. Definitely not happening. My life is more important. We are equal. Well, no. Numerically, no. Tank is crazy. But humanitarianly, if that's a term. No. Okay. It's hard to explain, but the plan here... Because I have an understanding of what's going on. First things first, why do we bomb? To hopefully get these guys off of high ground. That's why we bomb. Now, he wonderfully blocks it. That gets the Moira off of high ground. Am I delusional? Was the Moira even on high ground, or am I just like... No, Sombra. No. Torb? Someone. I don't fucking know. Whatever happened. The bomb was to get them off high ground. As you can see, they're still on high ground. So what do we do next? We push them off high ground. Kiri doesn't have Suzu. She's my only target here. That's it. That's it. And then we can go on this guy. Little shield dance here. Okay. What am I doing there? I'm not tracking her through the shield. I'm not like, alright, I'm looking at exactly where she's going. I'm just predicting she's going to go left and right, because that's what they all do. No one just sticks on one side knowing that you're going to go on the other side until they're really good at shield dancing. This player is not one of those people. But we could take space, but I decide to push cart a little, then take space. Do a little bit of both. Again, do we want a Domina on high ground? Do we want a Torb? Or Sombra, especially on high ground, when Sombra should have EMP? Absolutely not. In fact, oh, Sombra with the EMP. 1 HP, and huge mistake, I can kill her here. And, they do that. Anyway, we shoot the turret first. Why? Because the turret has better aim than everyone on the team. And boom. We do a little bit of splitting. Now, here's a dangerous thing. Domina is doing something, and I don't worry about this yet. Domina is playing the Hoos. That's what the EU players say. She's playing a house. She has a little health pack thing. And her teammates can come in here and play the hoose with her. If I go in there, I will die. So we do not go in the hoose because it is safe. Look, I'm even playing in front of it and I lose mech. So what do we have to do? We have to bomb. Or we get out. We don't play it risky. When I see our team engaged, I follow with my team. Now here is just a matter of preventing. And okay, notice my target pick here. Very important. So I'm looking for targets. I see Moira. She's going to contest. I push her out, force fade, but then I see a Hanzo. Hanzo can one-shot people through our Juno ult. So I do not want this Hanzo to one-shot people through the Juno ult. Now he's forced to touch, which I don't understand why he would do that. It would be better to play at range as the ranged hero, but it's fine, you know, you gotta touch. And then we kill her, and then we say, I want more kills. So we get more kills. And that's that. So the things I want to grind home to you, like I want to tweak it in your brain. Yep. I want to drill it. I don't like how that sounds. I just want you to understand that when you're playing tank and you feel like everything you're doing is wrong, and yeah, I know you might want to say, oh, you just had a good team. No, I did not. My team was feeding the entire game, I promise you. But because I played with them, I played around them, I supported them, I reduced how much they were feeding. Point is, look behind you. That can also mean look in front of you if your teammates are in front of you. Look at what your team is doing and play off of that. That's it. Obviously, there are a ton of other fundamentals that you need to keep in mind, but that one is vital to actually playing the game. Now, I do have other VODs I could look at, like a really, really cool Doomfist game, or a really insane Kiriko game on Blizzard World, but I want to keep this a lot shorter than it probably already is, so that's it for now. I was Snookus, and I'll see you later. Peace.